I thought I was done with the layout construction, but after expanding the bench work in section 2, I've decided I'm going to do one more construction project for the layout. Now I have a lot of the pieces here for the project, but I'm also missing a lot of things. And so over the next few weeks, I'll try to gather those things up so I have everything I need to do this project once I start. I think some of you guys will like this project. I'm going to add something to the layout that is blatantly missing. Well, I've gotten out my stuff for creating rock castings. I have my molds here. These are all Bragdon molds in this container. Below that container, I have some castings that were left over from section 1. Over here, I have some Woodland Scenics castings and some rolls of plaster cloth. Now, I probably won't use those Woodland Scenics molds too much, but there may be an instance where they come in handy. I purchased 2 new 25-pound bags of hydrocal, so I have 50 pounds of hydrocal sitting there. And in that bucket behind, I probably have another 10 pounds of hydrocal. So I should have enough hydrocal plaster to get a really good start on section 2. I have a bunch of castings here left over from section 1. I'm pretty sure I can find a use for those. In this container are all my Bragdon molds, and I also have this rubber mat for laying up castings like retaining walls. And I'll use that in conjunction with some of this weather stripping, where I create the mold on top of that rubber mat using weather stripping. I can pour the hydrocal plaster in there and then just peel away the foam and pull the casting off of the rubber. It's worked pretty good. I use that in section 1 for a long retaining wall. And over here, I have the Woodland Scenics molds, and I have a few rolls of plaster cloth. I'm probably going to need some more plaster cloth, but I have enough to get started. I got about 3.5 rolls there. And this is my bucket of casting stuff. Got some measuring cups. Got some of these rubber mixing bowls. These things are pretty nice. These are Woodland Scenics. They're pretty nice. And still have a pretty big bag of hydrocal here. Maybe 10 pounds there. I ordered 5 new molds from Bragdon Enterprises. And I called Bragdon and I talked to Joel Bragdon. And he said it could take up to 8 weeks to get the molds. It just depends on his schedule and where I fall in the queue. So I'm on hold there. So until I get those molds, I'm not going to start any scenery in section 2. Now I'm working on my house remodel. I started remodeling my house in June of 2024. And I'm about 75% done with the remodel. And these buckets here are my grout buckets. And that big bucket there with the bag of grout in it is my washing bucket for my trowels when laying tile. Now, I've been working on this house remodel since June of 2024. And it just seems the right time, since I'm waiting on stuff for the layout, to just go full bore into my house remodel and get this done. It's been quite a project, and my house has been all torn up for over a year, and I'd just like to get it all put back together and live in a house that's not all torn up and under reconstruction. I'm going to want to do this construction project before I start doing scenery in section 2, because there's going to be a little bit of a tie-in between the two projects. And since I'm waiting for the Bragdon molds and I still need to gather up pieces for this construction project, I'm just going to put the layout on hold for a while. And I'm going to focus on getting my house remodel finished. So I'm going to be taking a break from the layout for a while. Now I don't know for how long that will be. It may be for a while. I want to finish the house remodel before I really start getting into the layout again. So I would like to get that remodel behind me, get that done, and then I could focus on the layout and I don't have that remodel hanging over my head. For the next couple of months, or until my house remodel is finished, there probably won't be weekly Saturday model railroad content. So I hope you guys can hang with me. I'll get this remodel finished and get that off my back, and I can dive into this construction project, and we can get work on the layout rolling again. It's going to be a little hit and miss for the next few weeks. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you.